What's going on, Freak Nation? Did you hear the rumbles in the background? Do you hear the cranking of the wrenches? Crasher and Sargent hanging out in the Lucas Oil Antron Brown pits. Richard C. Suave making his debut here in the pits.
Look at his laugh when he's like, okay, I'm going to creep up right here. Hi, everyone. I love it. I love it.
Look at that, man. This stuff's actually working.
Okay.
Working as opposed to working. Beautiful.
When you talk, you can't watch yourself and
I understand
talk.
that. I get it.
But this is awesome to smell nitro yet again. We haven't been to a drag race in 2 years. The last time we were sniffing nitro, Richie, you were with us. It was February, the end of February 2020, and that was the last NHRA race before the world shut down. So, yeah, it's been a while. 2 years. 2 years. The very next NHRA race was canceled.
See ya.
Everybody got to Gainesville, and then it was like, just kidding. We can't race this weekend. Nobody's doing anything.
Richie, you want to talk, you happy bastard?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. So when you have cars going 300 miles per hour, like right about 75 yards that way,
right,
it's kind of hard to stay focused. Like that was my that was my first time back here again in several years at the start line for these Top Fuel and Funny Car Dragsters. And it's just, and Kenny and I, you and I were talking, it's like you can't promote that. Like you just got to be like, hey, get your asses down to the start line and feel the feeling in your chest and your lungs when these things go off for real. There's nothing like it. It's ridiculous. It doesn't help when none of us have ear protection either.
Yeah, that was
so if we're yelling right now, that's why.
That was kind of a rookie mistake. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that minor detail at a drag race or a drag test. Get this, I was talking to Casey Mears, everybody should know the Mears last name, up at the starting line. And he said that he has such a passion for drag racing. When he was racing Indy Lights, he used to go to Pomona all the time or up to Sonoma. I mean, how cool is that? I never realized that about him. Casey Mears lives in Scottsdale. They're testing right here in Phoenix. And so he said, oh, yeah, once I found out they were coming here, I knew I had to be here. I'm like, wow, nice.
Yeah, it is stunning when you've been away from the sport for a couple of years. Once you hear a nitro car light up and go, you realize, yep, that's 10,000 horsepower. And to give you some comparison on how much horsepower is going down this track, in one of these cars, you've got 10,000 horsepower. In one NASCAR Cup car, it's right around 750 horsepower.
10,700. 10,700. You get it.
0 to 320 in 3 seconds. And that's not what's so mind-boggling to me. What's so mind-boggling to me is that they can actually produce a compound.
Oh.
Unlike that car just happened to get the tires to stick on the track.
Yeah. Well, that could have been a lack of grip on the tires. Tires go up in smoke is the phrase that's used sometimes. Or that could have been anything. This is a test. Why they don't make a full pass here could be a gazillion reasons.
But we are hanging out in Antron Brown's pits, part of the Lucas Oil family. He may be joining us sometime today. Have no idea. This is their spring training in the middle of February. This is what they do. They get set for the series that starts up in Pomona the end of February. This is where they're doing all the testitudes. This is where they're throwing to their receivers, getting the touches down with their snapper, their longs. This is training camp. Yeah. I'm just trying to give it a little football perspective there, damn it.
I hear you. I hear you.
Richie, if this is hockey, does hockey have spring training? They got fall training.
Fall training. Yeah, come on.
What do they call it? It's not preseason. When you practice.
Training camp.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
There's your hockey reference for the month.
I like it. Should we go to the picture? Do we have the picture here? We're not going to go to the picture.
No, let's go to the picture. Let's don't waste our time.
Tippett, Tockett, and Torini, the best law team in the world.
But what you guys need to do, man, is first of all, if you're here in Phoenix, this is the second race of the season. It's at Wild Horse Pass Motorsports Park. They kick off in Pomona, and they do a hold on a second. They do a weird swing, man. Don't they go Phoenix, then Gainesville?
That's what they've always done.
Yeah.
They've done Pomona, so we're looking at a map here.
Yeah, all right.
And
here I am. Here's my map. Here's your map.
Hold on. Yeah. There's the map. Okay.
Here's Pomona.
Here's California.
Yeah.
And there's Pomona. They go from Pomona to Phoenix. And then, hey now, let's head all the way across the country to Gainesville because it's Florida spring break. Yeah, that's the reference.
There you go. Okay.
Wow, you got a little, like, you got some mountains going on this map. I like it.
Rockies.
No, well, the Appalachians and the Rockies and the Sierra Nevadas. Got it.
And the Belgian Temple.
That's a first, ladies and gentlemen. Get that in any other radio show around the country.
You won't.
That's one reason why we're not on radio anymore.
Oh, we are with Speed Freaks.
I know that, Crasher. But again, I want to thank Antron Brown for having us over in the pits. What they're doing right now is we step out of the way. Richie, come over here with us. Let's step over here.
Okay.
Let's let the folks see what they're doing. And essentially, we can give them a little play-by-play.
Sure.
They are breaking down the car after a pass. And this is typically what they do on, I don't care if it's qualifying or race day. They'll bring this car in here, and they'll have 90 minutes. Is it 90 or 60 minutes now?
Don't tell me it's 6. It's got to still be 90.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's 90 minutes to break this thing down, top to bottom, have it back together, and back at the starting line in time for the next round. And that's
It's insanity.
And it's practice for them right now.
Yeah.
You follow me? We're zeroing out each other on this mics. Get away from me. There you go, Richie.
Ah.
Yeah.
But yes, they're thrashing out there right now exactly as it is a race day. So yeah, that's why it's the sense of urgency is in the air.
By the way, Radio Row is still going on in Southern California. Let me get back over here. Crasher, you want to stand up?
Yeah, sure.
And we caught up with Ryan Leaf earlier. He's going to be joining us here in the Freak Nation. Always great when he rolls in here, not afraid to say a damn thing. Crashers, what the hell's going on?
I'm trying to find our tweet, but the internet here is crazy to promote this show, and I was going to retweet it, but we're already 15 minutes in, so it's all good.
Oh, the internet here is awesome because we got us a tasty little hot spot working the magic with this show, baby. That's the drill.
So that's what I'm trying to find the tweet, but I can't find it.
All right, so Richie, when we walked in here, we were talking about the curve. There we go. There's a full, almost full pass.
Almost
He shut
full
it down
send.
early.
Yeah. Pretty good. Yeah, 4 seconds. That's slow. 4.06? I can't read. My eyes are bad. That's slow.
4.05, 258 miles an hour. That's
slow.
Yeah, get that. That's a waste of time.
280? Yeah.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Yeah. Messing around with it. Richie, this is going to be your final broadcast before we know if your Los Angeles Rams are Super Bowl champions. Again, it's good to see you're being impartial with that hat.
Like he's supposed to be impartial.
Yeah.
Super Bowl 50, I sat on Radio Row with Broncos gear the entire week. So, yeah. Let him celebrate. My God.
I don't know if celebrating is the word right now. It's more like nervous.
Which is good.
Very, very nervous. I told you guys the other day I'm going to be watching the game by myself in my apartment because my roommate doesn't care. Her 5-year-old daughter doesn't care. So it's just going to be me, like, drinking by myself watching this game because I didn't want to be around anybody else.
No, exactly. Okay, so we asked one of our friends, because we're going to have just a few people over, but we asked one of our friends who typically comes over with the group if they wanted to come as well, knowing that their son, that is one of Henley's best friends, is a huge Rams fan. Because
he's not a Rams fan.
Well, he's an Odell Beckham fan.
There
so when Beckham was traded this year, he became a huge Rams fan. Anyway, the end of the season, you knew how some of those games ended up, or how they were, and then amazingly came out and won. Apparently, he gets so emotional, and he cries, and he throws things. So his family said, yeah, I think we're going to decline. We will also be watching the game by ourselves, just in case we have a few emotional outbursts.
So I'm not
I
alone.
get it. No, you're not.
That's pretty much how I am during the game, too. Like, I'm going to be way too nervous. I'm going to be way too, like, I don't want to be around anybody just in case I say something stupid. Like, I mean, it's best for everybody else around me if I just watch it alone with a whiskey in my hand.
Yes.
I think things probably go off the rails really quickly. Because the last time the Rams were in the Super Bowl didn't go too well, so.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you feel more confident or less confident than Super Bowl?
I feel more confident now because they're facing a team that is not quarterbacked by Tom Brady.
All right.
But Brady, Burrow. Will we be talking about Burrow as we do Brady now in the future?
Maybe. Hopefully
What
not.
kind of question is that?
Hopefully
I'm
not.
just saying, people are okay. It is
Win
Radio
a
Row.
goddamn Super Bowl or 6, and then we can start doing.
Here's the deal. It was a
Or do you
question.
freaking 98.7 here in Phoenix? Got a topic that's
It was a
low-hanging
question.
fruit?
Tom Brady was freaking pick number 199. Still, look where he is now. You never know what's going to happen with these picks, with these guys. Come on, it's Radio Row. Everything is over what's the word I'm looking for? Over amplified, over just ridiculousness.
Is Joe Burrow on the
And then Tom Brady, will he get 7 rings? Will he go for 8?
is what's
Okay, as you like to do sometimes. Mark this time. It is February 11th at 12:11 Mountain Time, and Crash Gladys called it that Joe Burrow will become the most successful quarterback in the history of mankind.
Will Joe Burrow be on the Mount Rushmore of Cincinnati Bengals quarterbacks?
No, of NFL quarterbacks.
Reaction. All right, man. We got Ryan Leaf coming up. We'll join him, and if we can get Antron Brown out of all of his meetings, taking care of his sponsors, he may be joining us after Ryan Leaf.
He's a little busy, though.
All right, let me see. Richie, let me make sure you got the right one. There you go, buddy. Yeah, let's go to break, and we'll come back with Ryan Leaf.
Saddle up. Lock and load. Let's move these people out! Star Trek Insurrection, rated PG. December 11th, only in theaters.
We'll get back to the video interview in just a moment, but with high gas prices holding steady, it might be time for you to check out Lucas Oil Fuel Treatment and Injector Cleaner. It increases power, fuel mileage. It's formulated for both gasoline and diesel engines, carbureted, of course, fuel injected. Are you kidding me? It's like a tune-up in a bottle. Just add it to every fill-up of that snappy car of yours. And of course, it's as simple as... You get it. Now, back to the interview. And that interview in moments is going to be Ryan Leaf. We caught up with him yesterday on Radio Row, and he was, as we're just about to go to him, Hall of Famer?
Oh, yeah.
Interrupts
Yes.
our interview, right?
Marshall Falk, right?
You just spoiled it.
Damn,
oh my
Crash.
gosh. You spoiled it.
Oh, crap.
Oh my
Leave
God.
it to me.
Wow.
Leave it to
Tease.
Wow. Anyway, a Hall of Famer walks up. Ryan Leaf, we know the troubles that he's been through. In fact, a couple of years ago, got into some more trouble, but dude's rebounding. He's part of the Believe Network, part of Sirius XM, his podcast, Crasher Bust with Ryan Leaf. It's an awesome interview. Anytime Ryan Leaf catches up with us, he's like an honorary freak.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
We had him on Radio Row with us from Super Bowl 50, speaking of, and that was kind of his...
It's awesome. I'm on camera and Crash is talking.
was kind of coming back into reality interview. Oh, are you going to talk for me? So should I talk like a really slow voice? My name is Kenny Sargent, and I love myself.
Ryan,
you would
stop
go
it.
there. You would go there.
No. Enough already. Let's get to it. We got to get freaking Brown over
We
here.
will. We
All
will.
right, Ryan Leaf now, the Freak Nation, Lucas Oil Studios.
Just Hall of Famer Marshall Falk. That's all.
Ryan Leaf back in the Freak Nation, and Ryan, I think if you can see this was the first time you joined us. That was Super Bowl 50. See that?
That was in San Francisco, right?
Yeah, that was the first time you joined Kenny and Crash, and it seems like and you've been on the daily radio show several times after that, but it seems like there's always stories out there with Ryan Leaf, and we want to get into numerous items in regards to the Super Bowl, but given your media presence through Radio Row, what's that been like with those that had doubts on you and your career? You succeed, then you have a step back. How has that been with the interviewing process with Ryan Leaf over the last 48 hours?
Well, ironically enough, my broadcasting career has blossomed now where, I'm working pretty much the whole week, right? 7 hours of live radio yesterday on Sirius XM. So, there's not too many interviews anymore. And if they are, it's all about me and my analyst work, and analyzing the game. So it's rare that we do any of the retrospect interviews anymore. And if anybody wants to hear that, they can just go to my podcast, Bust. We released this year, and it's been overwhelming how much of a success it's been, and how people have responded to it.
That's where I wanted to go with you, because it is really cool to see people on all over social media, whether it's Instagram or Twitter, really complimenting you on just your flat out honesty on the Bust podcast and how it has helped so many people. That has been spectacular to see, I'm sure, for you as well.
Well, it's a platform, right, to try to be of service, which I think is at the foundation of who I had to become, or nothing would change. So yeah, it's been pretty amazing. It's a unvarnished, straightforward, uncensored, vulnerable, transparent story. It's just me and a microphone. Kevin Connolly produced it with me along with my wife, and it's just been a passion project, and it's an evergreen podcast. Like, if you need to hear it tomorrow, you can listen to it tomorrow. If you need to listen to it 10 years from now, it's going to be there for everybody who ever needs it, who's struggling, who needs to know that there's a solution, and that, if I can do something like that, anybody can.
However, with it being evergreen, could there still be other branches that come off from Bust and over to other episodes because of how busy you are now and how you're adapting to new and maybe arguably better things in life, and how to cope with that?
Yeah, we've been talking about it, just the audience that came about from the podcast and just the 10 episodes. So Kevin and I have been talking about how do we go back in? Do we go and reach out to somebody who may have had a similar path as mine and see if they want to kind of take ownership and kind of take the power back themselves and go through that process? So we're still kind of in the creative side of it and how we're going to go about our business, but we're happy with how it turned out, and we're excited for what the future holds.
Very cool.
Ryan Leaf joining us here in the Freak Nation. And again, he mentioned his Bust podcast, of course, part of the Believe Network here in the Freak Nation. And I think every time you come in the Freak Nation, we're talking about something that's happened with you. And yeah, we got, like I said, the football, but I think one of the times in here, you were talking about shopping for shoes with your wife.
That was another Super Bowl.
Yeah, and Crash was, Crash was sharing with you some insight on the correct heels for your wife.
Yeah, probably because she was looking for some heels for the party that night. I was looking for cleats for the flag football game. So it was a much different shopping experience. But we're headed to a dinner tonight, and then we're going to go see some of you guys done some work with Craig Gass, right?
Yes.
Yes. We're going to go watch him perform tonight at the Comedy Store. So we're excited about that.
Okay, but the heels are taken care of, right?
Yeah, I mean, she loves it because she's already 6 foot, and so she can put on her 5-inch heels, and I'm still taller than her. She loves that. So I think it's a big reason why when she saw me, she was like, you know what, I can make that work for that guy.
Ryan Leaf, how often does a Joe Burrow come along?
Well, when you're drafted number 1 overall, you hope that's the thing that comes about, right? A guy that can walk into an organization and change the environment immediately. It doesn't happen often. Peyton Manning was one of those guys, and Joe Burrow certainly has been. Like, Zach Taylor had 2 wins when they drafted Joe Burrow, and then after a truncated year where he got hurt, only had 6 wins. And then they go out and win a division, and now they're playing for a Super Bowl already. And that's just an individual who can change the culture, who can change the environment, that gets everybody around him to play better. Offense, defense, coaches, even the general manager. I mean, one of the biggest free signings offseason with Hendrickson, and then such an impact he's made. So the whole team is firing on all cylinders. And I think you can really attribute a lot of that to Joe Burrow and just the aura that he brings when he walks into the building.
Ryan, both of these teams have terrific quarterback wide receiver combos. Obviously, Burrow and Chase, and then Stafford and Cooper Kupp. If you're throwing the ball to one wide receiver, would you rather throw it to Jamar Chase or Cooper Kupp?
Can I say T. Higgins? Is that all right?
Ooh.
You can. I like that.
What Joe Burrow is incredibly good at is that he doesn't just focus on Jamar Chase. If you look, pretty much all of those wide receivers had a very similar amount of catches this year and targets. because he throws to the open guy. He reads what the defense gives him, and then he throws to the open guy. Now, if you're going quick game and you're trying to get some explosive plays, Jamar Chase is the guy. If you're going third down and you want a guy to run a perfect route and shake a receiver regardless, that's Cooper Kupp, because everybody in the building knows the ball is going to Cooper, yet he still finds a way to get open and score touchdowns. That's what's so impressive about him. But, I've been such a big fan of T. Higgins ever since I saw him playing that national championship against Alabama with Trevor Lawrence, and his height, that catch radius he has as a quarterback. I'm like, that dude for me is always going to be my favorite target, and I love watching him play.
So is he like the X factor to you in this Super Bowl then? Because he seemingly was that in the AFC Championship game, right? Where Jamar Chase he was below, I believe, 80 yards receiving, and it was T. Higgins who was the number one wide receiver in that game and sent him to the Super Bowl.
Well, it's kind of been that way all year long. When one guy gets covered up, T. Higgins went for a 200-yard game this year, right? Kind of like Gabriel Davis in the AFC divisional against the Chiefs, went for 4 touchdowns while Stephon Diggs just couldn't find a way to get the ball. Kansas City found a way to take away their best player. So if that's the case, the biggest fear I have is that C.J. Uzomah can't go. That's the biggest one for me. If he can't go and stretch the middle of the field and put pressure on those safeties, Cincinnati could be in for a long day. He's been trending in the right direction. Hopefully, I'm going to get out to practice tomorrow to see if he can go. But Coach Taylor thinks he's improved quite a bit since he was taken off the field after that injury.
The Bus Podcast, Bleed Network. Ryan Leaf joining us here in the Freak Nation, part of SiriusXM as well. And you brought up about the receivers and trying to keep those safeties, those D-backs busy. The whole talk is about how the defensive line is overmatched with that offensive line with Cincinnati. Is that also part of your talking points about, listen, you've got to be able to neutralize that those guys on the defensive line with the Rams?
Yeah, but you can't, right? So you can't neutralize them because they're too good. They're too fast. They're too strong. And Cincinnati struggled greatly on the offensive line. In fact, their right guard combination has been they've looked like they've been on roller skates at times back there. So what they need to do, and what I expect the scheme to be like, is a ton of quick game, get the ball out of his hands quickly to his really skilled position, wide receiver position, and then run screens to the perimeter, run screens to Joe Mixon, and then run a ton of misdirection. Get those guys up front that are just want to rush the passer, just exhausted from running all over the field, chasing these speed players, and get them exhausted. And when that happens, you can run some play action. You can sit back in the pocket and try to pick them apart when they just don't have the stamina anymore. And that's difficult to do because a lot of times when you run those quick game screens or you run reverses or you try to run the football and you get stuffed, you put yourself in a situation where it's 3rd and long and you're going to have to throw the ball and hold it longer than you want to. And that defensive front is going to be a big part of how this game turns out on both sides of the football, whether it's Cincinnati or Los Angeles.
Okay, so you're talking to us now. You had 7 hours on radio yesterday. Are you tired of talking about this stuff yet?
No, I love football. It gave me everything, and then it gave me, a redemption and resurrected career too. Right? This is pretty fun to be able to do this for a living and make a living at it, and support my family that way by talking about football. So, I'm about to hop on for my SiriusXM ESPNU show from 10 to 1. We got like 6 Hall of Famers on our show as guests today. It's going to be a heck of a day. And then we got some stuff this afternoon as well, and a dinner tonight, like I said, and then the comedy show. And then tomorrow's loaded again. Saturday I speak for the LA Times, and I do some NFL radio, and then Sunday for the game, I got a speaking engagement leading up to the game. And then hopefully, because I live here in Los Angeles, I'll be able to get back home in time for kickoff and have it on the big 80-inch screen with some junk food and ready to roll.
Yes.
Hey, Ryan, what's your take on your son eventually strapping on a helmet and playing football?
He'll never do it. He'll never do it.
Really?
Yeah, it's I've got a couple really good friends who are neurologists and neurosurgeons, and the brain trauma that they're seeing because of the game, and the brain trauma I've dealt with and I'm probably dealing with CTE now is, it's just too scary. You know, I played football, so my future generations of my family didn't have to sacrifice their brain to make money, right? I'll take care of him and my family, and whatever else he wants to do, I will support him. He's going to probably be 6'9", so let's get a basketball in his hand, or maybe I'll tie his right hand behind his back, and he can be a 6'9" lefty coming off the bump. We'll see.
Bro, listen, Major League Soccer needs a 6+ foot goalie.
Yes.
Why can't we do that?
Yes.
You know, he does like playing goalie. I got him in soccer already. I got him in baseball. I got him in gymnastics. He's a pretty good gymnast. He thinks it's ninja training. That's what he calls it. Say, are we going to ninja training today?
Yes.
And I said, yes, MacGyver, we're going to ninja training, and he loves that. So.
Yes.
Oh, that is awesome.
And he can use those MacGyver skills in goal.
You can see. For sure.
All right, Ryan, we know you got a busy schedule. Thank you for doing this. But real quick, man, curious, in 1997, how old were you?
I was 21.
Okay. Do you think you could remember maybe 5 or 3 of the top pop songs from 1997? Go back and think about what you had on your
Matchbox 20.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see if it's on there.
Chumbawamba was in 97, wasn't it? Yeah.
Tub Thumpin', Jewel.
Oh, wait. I can't even read that. My eyes are...
Elton John, Candle in the Wind was the top song in 1997.
What?
Well, because Princess Diana died.
Right.
Right.
And he re-released it for her funeral and everything, and it was amazing because she passed away the night we beat UCLA. Because the next morning, Sunday morning, I came to breakfast with my parents, and my mom just loved Princess Di, and my mom was so upset and told me why and everything like that. That happened August 31st, 1997.
Yeah, Labor Day weekend.
Wow, that's right. Same year the notorious the Biggie Smalls died as well. Same damn year. Holy smokes. Jewel, Puff Daddy was it, R. Kelly. Oh, geez. In Vogue. Leanne Rimes. There you go.
I was a match 20. Their first album, like 9 out of 10 songs are just gold. So I would listen to that up and down. I remember when I got drafted by the Chargers, they came to San Diego and they had seen an article I wrote about how they were my favorite band and how I played their music before games. So they had me out. It was like the week before our Buffalo game to start the season. They had me out to the concert, had me up on stage, and they got to sing Push with them and stuff. And I was like, I'm a freaking rock star. I'm a rock star. Let's go play some football now.
Right.
That's badass. Ryan, as always, we appreciate your time, man, and your honesty when you roll in the Freak Nation. Let's do it again, buddy. Thank you.
All right. Have a good day, everybody. Happy Super Bowl week.
You bet.
Absolutely.
See ya. There you go, Richie. Nice job, bro, man.
All right, there we go. It's not too bad, right?
Scoot back over here. Crasher, give me some room, will you?
Here we are.
There you go.
Hi.
You got plenty of room.
Again, from the Antron Brown Lucas Oil Pits, NHRA testing going off Phoenix, Arizona, Wild Horse Pass Motorsports Park. Man, that was definitely stop when it came to asking Ryan Leaf about his son playing football. I couldn't finish my sentence, but nope.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Drew Brees has been kind of in that same vein, so yeah. Interesting. What was the exact quote he said? I sacrificed my head so that my family doesn't have to use their head to make money, something like that. Whoa!
Yep.
Yeah, that was crazy. But hey.
Richie, you going to let your illegitimate sons play football?
No, they're playing curling. They're all going to become curlers.
Yeah, do you play curling or
you just curl, right?
What do you? Yeah, do you play it?
You shoot rocks.
Yeah, that just sounds weird, right?
You participate in the event of curling.
Yeah, you curl.
It's in a bonspiel.
Like, do you play badminton?
Yes.
Oh,
do you?
Wait, yeah, you do that. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, then you don't play swimming.
No, you swim. That's why I was saying you curl. Yeah.
I'm going to play diving.
No, you dive. I'm going to play racing. No, you race. You drive. You speed. You race.
Yeah, I'm going to play drag race.
Yeah, no.
What do you do? Oh, man, I'm a big-time IndyCar guy. I play IndyCar.
I play the 500 for fun.
What do you play this weekend? Oh, I'm going to play the 500.
You guys think I'm joking too? No, I'm serious. Like, we're gonna make the U.S. curling team.
I don't think you're joking. He's badass, man.
Our daughter is into curling. She's been, in watching the Olympics this week, there's only a couple sports that have really stood out for her. Snowboarding last night, she was very into Shaun White and his story. That was cool. But my goodness, of this entire week, it's been figure skating and curling. And I'm like, okay. And she's a skier saying that. She hasn't been much into the skiing.
Am I the grumpy old man going, look, I know what Shaun White did for the sport of boarding and skating, or skateboarding. But
yes, you are the grumpy old man.
Podium, and then I'll celebrate.
Oh, come on.
Don't waste
5 Olympics,
don't
3
waste
golds.
a spot at 35 years old when some 20-year-old come in there and get us another medal.
None of those 20-year-olds would be there from any country if it wasn't for Shaun White. You do need to get off your own lawn.
Old man here.
Old man he is.
Old man Sarge.
Come on.
Ridiculous.
Don't be a
bastards.
selfish American like so many of the rest of Americans. Don't be the selfish one. We have to have medals. No, celebrate the legacy of the sport. That's exactly what Shaun White represents now.
We're going to say the same
retired.
thing about Tom Brady because he lost in the divisional round to the Los Angeles Rams at home.
No, that was a team effort.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
That was one dude over the hill getting all this praise when he should have been the smart American and said, you know what, I don't have it in me.
Did you see? He finished 4th in the entire world.
Exactly. Better than some of
Listen.
the world's best right now. So, I think that's pretty commendable.
When I saw the Hirano brothers,
Oh, they were amazing.
I mean, Big Air is gone. I don't know what the next term is for these.
No, it's called
boarders.
Hirano.
Yeah.
It's just flat out called Hirano.
Dude, don't watch me. I'm about to go Hirano. That's true. Did he reach, was it 24.4?
World record.
Right? Oh, my gosh.
Highest ever out of a pipe.
But he
That
can't
was
drive a
amazing.
10,000 horsepower funny car.
No, he can't.
We'll go play some snowboarding.
You bored.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not bored, but I do bored. All right. We may be coming to you live ever so often with a few drivers. Then maybe not. I mean, this is testing.
There is no schedule. Let's just put it that way.
Right.
And
Okay.
whatever.
We're going to hang this bad boy up. Thank you guys for being a part of it. Richie, get over there and sign us off the air when I tell you we're ready to go.
Okay. Yep, you got it.
All right. Think I like guitars? Yep. Drag racing. So you play guitar.
True. Yeah, you don't guitar. That was a nice pass.
Like that.
3.9 something. Again,
No.
my eyes are
No, your
bad.
eyes
Yeah, my
suck.
eyes are horrible. But I do see that it's
388, 321 miles an hour.
388, 321. I do see the 321. Yeah.
Hey, by the way, did you hear the news from MAV TV, man?
Oh,
MAV
this is
TV
huge.
is now the home for Pro Motocross, the Lucas Oil Motocross Outdoors.
Bam.
MAV TV is now the home. And what a season to do it. 50 years, the 50th anniversary of Pro Motocross, man. It's all going to be on MAV TV.
If you were on the fence of
Right.
subscribing to MAV TV, I think now you have a damn good reason to get off that fence. Bye.
You play motocross?
No, you ride.
Okay. All right, guys, thanks for being a part of this. We'll do it again. Late.